It's going to be our first attempt at mounting from the mounting block. We worked on a little bit of step up to the block with Kenny before. Over the last few days, we worked on some pick me up off the fence, so I got to be up above him and leaned over the saddle and got sat in the saddle. And so this is our first time attempting to mount from the mounting block. And we'll see how we go here. He's wanting to walk off there. I'm just going to lift on that rein. See how he responds to that. Lift. He's wanting to walk around, so because he's walking around, now I'm going to use the stick. Respond to the stick, bud. There we go, nice. And so eventually, I want him to just respond to lifting the rein. That's really good there. I'll ask for a lateral flexion. He wants to walk off. I'm going to use that stick. Step your bum in. Thank you. Good. So I almost want him to be trying to push me off this block. But I want to be able to send him away too. He's standing on the end of the lead there. So I want to be able to go. Good. Send him away. So I want to be able to do both. Lift on the lead. Oh, that's brilliant. That's perfect. But he didn't stay there, so lift on the lead. A little more. Not quite there, buddy. Perfect. Drop that lead there. Good. Give him a good rub there. He got a little bit confused a couple of times, but he did really, really good there. Very, very happy with that. But now I want to be able to pick up a lateral flexion. And I don't want him moving his feet. He's getting a bit bracy there. I'm just going to jiggle on that lead. Jiggle on that lead. Bump on him. Bump on him if he wants to move. Then we cue. There, good. So the cue goes away as soon as he stops the forward movement and steps across to the block. And ask for that lateral flexion again. He's bracing up a little. I'm going to hold and wait for him. And he wanted to shift out from me, so I've interrupted that thought of shifting away, with a tap on his rump there. And I'm going to ask for flexion again. I want him to get soft. So he's going to play around, play some silly games here. Try and figure ways to beat me. He doesn't want to get soft here. There. Good. Now I'm just going to ask for that flexion again. Stop your feet. Good. There you go. Lift on that rein. Good. Now I want a lateral flexion. Jiggle on that rein. He wanting to brace up, stick his nose out. Jiggle on that rein till he makes a bit of an effort for me. There, good. Release there. He's wanting to look the opposite way. Every time he does that now, I'm going to start jiggling on that rein. I'm going to make that hard for him to do. Make him want to be around here. This is where he gets left alone, and he'll get a rub there. So we're going to have a little bit of protest on working on this, I think. And that's okay. He's only a baby. He's got to learn the process. He's turning his face upside down there a little bit, which I don't really like, but he's making a bit of an effort there. Good, much better. I'm going to lift on that rein, ask him to step his bum around just a touch more. Good, well done. And jiggle on that that lead. Jiggle on it till he gets soft and gives to it. He's wanting to brace up and pull the other way. I want him to come to me, and this is where the release is. This is where the release is. He's getting a bit silly about that. I'm going to bump on him there. And then we're going to go back to step your bum in, please. Good. And then we'll try the soft option again. Give him a feel. Give him a chance there. Get soft for me. There it is. Good. That's where the release is. Pick it up again. Jiggle on it. You want to turn his face upside down. That's where the release is. Good. So I just want to teach him where the release comes and get him comfortable with putting himself there. Again. He's getting softer each time. He's just a little bit bracy about it. So I'll just keep working on it. And because he's so bracy about it, I don't want to really bump on him and make it really hard for him unless he picks up and pulls against me. Which he's not doing. He's just showing me that he's a little bit concerned about it for some reason. I'm going to pick up there again. I just want him to keep getting softer and softer each time. Getting better and better at it each time. There's a little response as soon as I took up the feel. Now I'm going to bump on him a little because that's the spot where the release comes. So he started getting to where he's sort of trying to find a different way to do it. And he started really turning his face upside down. So that's where it is. So I just gave a little bit of an extra bump there just to make him think of something different. Good. Good. Alrighty. I'm going to chuck that stick on the ground there. Now I'm going to ask for a lateral flexion and put my toe in the stirrup. Put some weight on there, bounce up and down a bit. Good. Want him to get a feel for that, get comfortable with it. Give him a good rub there. Now take up a feel. Put my toe in the stirrup. Bounce up and down. Jump up and lean over the saddle. Now he's going to move his feet there. That's alright, he can do that. Swing this fender back and forwards. Pat his belly. Rub his bum. And now we go back to step up to the block, please. Want his bum over just a touch more. There, good. And I'll take up a lateral flexion. And I'll go straight back to what I was doing there. So he's wanting to lean his bum away already. I'm going to hold on to him. There, he wanted to pull on me. So I'm going to bump on him. Now I'm going to lift. So get your bum back in here, please. Right, this is the cool place to be. Give me your nose, please. Give me your nose, please. Give me your nose, please. Good, better. I'll go back to that. I'll keep working on that. I need to get that softer. Don't step away from me. Give me your nose, please. Now I'm going to start getting a little bit more unfriendly about that flexion because he's starting to want to argue with that and pull the opposite direction. So I'm just going to muck around with that a bit. Listen to me. You need to listen. When I put pressure on, you need to respond to that pressure. And so now he's starting to step a little bit extra into the block. Come over the top of it a little. So we just need to be wary of that. That's better. I'll put that stick down. Good. Toe in the stirrup. Bounce up and down a little. Lean over the saddle. Swing that stirrup backwards and forwards. Pat his shoulder, rub his belly, pat his bum. Swing that leg up and over there. Give him a good rub. And step back down on the block. Good. And he gets a nice rest there. Let him think about that. But I don't want him bending away from me there. I want his nose around here. This is where the cool deal is. You can't relax over there. You can relax here. Good. You can't relax over there. You can relax here. Good. No relaxing over there. You can relax here. He's getting softer there. He's not turning his face upside down so much. There, that's good. I really like that. He stopped short of even getting straight there, and he's come back to me a little bit when I put that rope down. I really like that. So I don't want him to relax with his nose bent the other way, because he's looking for a way out there. He's thinking, oh, mate, there might be something better for me over there. I want him to think this is where the cool deal is. Because this is how we get a horse that's going to be nice and soft and compliant and willing to stand at the block for someone to get on. And especially a horse of his size, and the lady who owns him is in her 60s. So, you know, she needs a horse that's going to stand there like this, you know, and be happy to stand here, bend around, be nice and soft. Alright, going to take up flexion, toe in the stirrup. There we go. Good man. Now, I'm not too worried about him seeing me out of that other eye, because he's already seen me out of that other eye. But I'm going to flex him to the left a few times. I'll ask for a hindquarter yield. He's wanting to step his shoulder over instead. Good. Release there as soon as he takes a step. I really like that. I'm going to fling this rope up over his ears here. We know he's really good with that. Take up a flexion to the right. He's looking a little bit worried about that, a little bit concerned. So be nice and soft with him here. Pick up a feel. Good. Take up a feel. Good. He's still a little bracy there, but he's getting much, much better. Much, much better. I like how he is with this rope going around his face there. Bump on him a little there, get him a bit softer. He's wanting to brace up a little bit there. Just wanted to make an effort there. Touch my boot with his nose maybe. Just want to practice this a little. That's good. I'm not going to do too much with him here today. This will be just about our quit. I just wanted to get a little bit softer there on that rein. He's wanting to brace up a lot there. I want him to come off it. So let him get straight there, take up a feel. Jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it, make an effort, make an effort, make an effort, make an effort. Make an effort for me, bud. There's a little effort. That's a little better. I'll ask for a hindquarter yield. He's not sure what to do here. I'm going to give him a little bit of a hand. Use the tail of this lead, just tap his belly. There, good. And he sort of sprung out of it there. Bit of an overreaction. Now he's hanging on me, so I'm going to hold on to him until he gets soft. Can't keep hanging on me, buddy. You got to get soft. He's really wanting to hang on me here, so I'm just going to keep pulling him off it. Trying to bump him off it, trying to change his thought process there. I'll let him get soft, let him get straight a little bit. Take up a feel again. That's better. There's a little bit of an effort. Take up a feel. There's an effort. Good. Now we'll go back to the left. Bump on him there. Bump on him. Jiggle it, jiggle it, jiggle it. Good. Hindquarter yield. Good. And I'm going to call it quits there. I'll kick out of the stirrups. Swing off him. Nice. Well done, kid. Bring your head down here for me. There you go. There you go. Make this a cool spot to be. This is where we get a rub. This is where we get a rub. It is nice and cool down here. Happy to be here for bridling and stuff. Good kid. Well done. And that's it. We'll loosen the cinch and we